Okay, we need a standard deck of cards for this effect. So let's go ahead and shuffle the cards. There we go, maybe another one. And then we'll give them a good cut. Okay, very good. Maybe one more shuffle. That last one seemed a little lame, I think. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so why don't we go ahead. In fact, we can give it something called a Charlier shuffle. Charlier shuffle, okay? Technically, it's equivalent to just cutting the cards at some location, but it's kind of a messy looking shuffle. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to a random card, and the value of that card will tell me how many cards to deal right here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and just do a random cut. Oh, looks like a 3. Okay, so I will deal out 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And now what I need is 2 equal piles, decided by you actually. So I'll keep dealing until you say stop. Stop there. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we have these 2 piles here. Now what I need you to do, straighten these up over here, I guess, is I need you to randomly cut any number of cards from this pile and set them just right here. Okay, we'll set them kind of at an angle so that we know that that's the special cut cards that you decided. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and stack this one over here. Now, this effect uses a classic shuffle. It's called the Klondike shuffle. And in fact, in the description below, I'll have a link to a video that talks about the original effect. This is a variation on it, and why it works. I'll give you all of the mathematics behind it. So look in the description below for that. But if you haven't seen the Klondike shuffle before, it's kind of a fun one. This is where you take the top and bottom cards off as 1. Okay, so it's kind of a cool shuffle to perform and to watch. Okay, it looks like there's one stray card left. And now for the first time, what we're going to do is we're going to look at how many cards you randomly cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You randomly cut 7 cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, okay. Kind of interesting it was an 8 and not a 7 or something weird, but okay, wow. Well, where did all of these decisions land us here? Of course, we have this 8 randomly arrived at. And let's see, how many cards did we deal to the table again? Oh, yeah, we randomly cut to a 3. Do you remember that? Okay. Well, just out of interest, what are these cards right here? Oh, oh, that's nice. What about this one? No flipping way. You have got to be kidding me. How in the world did you do that? That is amazing. I guess we kind of did it together, but you were making key choices that would affect this outcome. That is amazing. Okay, so how does this effect work? Well, as I mentioned to you, it's a variation on a classic effect, and it's one for which I've created my own video and tutorial and explanation of the underlying mathematics. So to see a deeper explanation of why it works, please see the link in the description below. Okay, but I'll give you kind of the bird's eye view of how to do this. Okay, so what you need for this, any 4 of a kind. I chose to go with the 8s. So 4 of a kind at the top. And then way down here, you need a 3. Now, this 3 has something special about it. And I'll add a link in the description below to something called a breather crimp. What's a breather crimp? Well, it's a way, I don't know if you can catch it in the light or not, probably not. It's a way, so what I did was if you've seen these before, you kind of hold the card in the middle, and then with these 2 fingers below and the thumb above, kind of in the center, you pull out to the 4 corners like that, and you just give it a little bit of a crease. Okay? Well, what does that do? Okay? Well, what will happen is when you go to, quote, randomly cut to a card, you're going to cut to that one. Okay? Because of that breather crimp. Okay, so if you have the 4 8s on top and then the breather crimp, and then do everything that I did, it's going to work. And so what you need to do, and what I did, is you riffle shuffle, retain the 3 of spades at the bottom, and then just make sure the cards on the right, at least 4 of them, fall last. Okay, so just to show you, I haven't disturbed any of the cards there that we wanted. I still have the 4 8s and the 3 with a breather crimp. Okay, so you can shuffle as many times as you like. Now, it is true that we want to cut it now. Okay, because when you cut the cards, think about it. The 3's here, the 8's on top. When you go to cut the cards, the 3's right there, it's going to go right above the 8's, right? Okay, so I actually did a Charlier shuffle. You can do that, that's fine. This is actually equivalent to just cutting the cards at some location. It really is, okay? Looks like I brought my breather crimp to the bottom. So watch out for that. You want the breather crimp, you know, somewhere in the middle-ish. I wasn't keeping track as I was explaining this, okay? So I don't know if you can see that gap there. See, there's the gap. That's where it wants to fall, okay? You tell the spectator that you're going to randomly cut to a card, and that card value will dictate how many cards we deal here. And then from there, you just do everything that I did. Because, you know, think about it. These are the 3 8s, the other 8's right here. And so we're doing this sort of thing, okay? Now, if you go to that video I linked in the description, it will kind of pick up from this point on as to why the rest of the effect works, okay? Where the spectator randomly cuts a number of cards. This bigger pile goes on top of the remaining cards that weren't cut, followed up with a Klondike shuffle, and that magically, believe it or not, is amazing, and I prove why in that video. It will position the remaining 8 at a location determined by how many cards they cut. I mean, it really is amazing. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, okay? So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that will bring it to the top, the remaining 8, okay? So anyway, that's the mechanics of it. If you want to understand the mathematics of it, please see that video in the description below. And I'll also have a link to the Charlier shuffle if you haven't seen that before as well. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.